In the world of MMA, trash talk is everywhere.
There's an El Matador! Tell him sign the gun contract!
Who the fuck is that guy?
Most fighters speak to distract, to intimidate.
Do something about it! Do something about it!
But Ilia Topuria,
I'm gonna knock him out in the first round. I will be the first one to knock him out.
his words don't sound like predictions. They sound like spoilers. And today, we break down the fighter who turns every promise into a highlight and every doubt into another name on his resume. Ilia's story doesn't begin with chaos, scandal, or theatrics. Born in Germany, raised in Georgia, forged in Spain, his foundation was built on discipline, structure, and quiet ambition. No drama, no noise, only purpose. From an early age, he trained with the seriousness of a man twice his age. His coaches describe him the same way today: cold, calculated, unmoved by pressure, focused only on execution. And that's why, inside the cage, Ilia Topuria doesn't look like a brawler. He looks like a mathematician.
I already said it, I represent the new generation of the mixed martial arts. This is the next level of the game.
And before the gold, before the belts, there was a warning sign the division ignored: Bryce Mitchell. Mitchell came in undefeated, confident, and proud of his grappling. But to Ilia, grappling wasn't danger, it was a test. In that fight, we saw a preview of the blueprint. Topuria didn't just survive on the ground, he took control of it. He shut down scrambles, anticipated transitions. When the choke was locked, Mitchell tapped, and the first loud message was sent to the featherweight division: Ilia could beat you at your own game. Then came Josh Emmett.
So he had to be worried about my boxing, my wrestling, my grappling, about everything. So I can wait. I can wait to go inside the cage and get another win.
Until the cage door closed. His striking output, controlled, precise, efficient. His movement, always drifting away from Emmett's power side. His timing, making a puncher miss by inches. Across 5 rounds, he didn't just beat Emmett. He disassembled him, layer by layer, weapon by weapon, until the only thing left was survival. And then came the moment that changed everything. Alexander Volkanovski, the champion. The man who had gone to war with Max Holloway, stood toe-to-toe with the best, and built a legacy on durability, intelligence, and heart.
I mean, he's going to talk his shit, so people, I remember, I can say whatever I wanted to, you know, people don't have to believe it, but I was sitting there, I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't say how easy I think that fight's going to be.
Until the night arrived. From the opening bell, Topuria wasn't overwhelmed by the moment. He was in control of it. He didn't chase chaos. He created patterns, pressuring, cutting angles, forcing Volkanovski to lead in places he didn't want to. And then, in one perfectly timed sequence, the spoiler became reality. A clean shot. The champion fell. And for the first time in a long time, the featherweight throne had a new king. If Volkanovski was the test of greatness, Max Holloway was the test of something else: volume, durability, and heart. Holloway doesn't just fight you, he drags you into deep water, drowns you in output, and asks questions that cardio alone can't answer. For many, that would be the nightmare matchup. For Topuria, it was another opportunity to prove a point.
What makes me feel very excited about that fight is that no one could knock him out, and I'm like, there is no way I'm not gonna knock him out. I will be the first one to knock him out, because every time I watch him fight, I'm like, I'm way better than him. If you put me only with him in kickboxing or in boxing, even in a chess match, I beat him. Like,
he didn't try to match Holloway's volume. He didn't get drawn into wild brawls. He stayed himself, sharp, patient, composed, picking his moments, picking his shots, waiting for Holloway to give him just one mistake. When the finish came, it wasn't a lucky punch. It was a system doing what it was designed to do: identify a pattern, wait for the opening, and end the fight. By then, one thing was clear: featherweight had a problem it couldn't solve. So Ilia created a new one for lightweight. Charles Oliveira, chaos in human form, submissions from everywhere. Moving up in weight, Topuria wasn't just chasing a second belt, he was chasing history. Oliveira attacked like he always does, aggressive, dangerous, fearless. But Ilia didn't panic. He didn't overextend. He stayed in the pocket, calm in the storm, reading tendencies, timing entries. And when the shot landed, it wasn't just a knockout. It was a statement. 2 divisions, 2 champions, same result. At that point, people stopped asking if Ilia Topuria was for real. They started asking a different question. Is he the best fighter on the planet? Pound for pound #1? For some, it sounded like hype. For others, like inevitability. Because there's one name that now lives in every conversation about Ilia: Islam Makhachev. The grappling machine, the suffocating pressure. The man who broke lightweights the same way Ilia was breaking featherweights. A future fight between them isn't just a matchup. It's a collision of blueprints, 2 systems, 2 styles, 2 men who don't just react to opponents, they control them. And when that day comes, whether it's at lightweight or even higher, the question won't just be who wins a belt, it will be who leaves as the true #1.
I have so many things against Islam that he's gonna have some hard time with me, and something he knows and we all know is that the only thing I need it's one punch, and you know for sure that I'm gonna connect that one punch, because I don't throw my punches like a crazy, you know.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for my moment, and I apply a lot of technique behind that punch. You know, I move my head and I know where to throw that punches. And we all know that at some point I will connect that punch, and everything will depend on what God will decide. If he wants to go, if he wants to send Islam to sleep or not, who knows that? I know that. I can also submit him. To be honest, I always say that I represent the new generation of mixed martial arts, and what that means. Before, you were seeing guys in MMA, they were good in striking and maybe in wrestling, but their ground game wasn't that good. Or you see a guy who has a phenomenal ground game, he has a phenomenal striking, but his wrestling sucks. In my case, I'm good everywhere. So you can take me everywhere and I'm going to feel comfortable. They used to say, like, I'm going to take you to the deep water. I was born in the deep water.